Hey Rosario,
Hello, Andreas.
how are you today?
I'm ready for this topic.
Mm. So, what's the topic?
I really liked our last conversation, so I would like to have a little bit continued on that one.
And our last conversation was what?
Responsibility.
Hmm, responsibility.
Mm.
Okay. So now you want to go a little bit deeper on it with a twist.
Maybe deeper, maybe broader. It's more about co-creation,
Co-creation. Cool.
co-creation with life.
Hmm. Relevant with life. And so, what's your take?
So sometimes when I meet my clients, they talk about events and situations like life are happening to them. And if life is good and everything is flowing, then they really feel good as well.
Okay.
And then when life show them another possibility,
Mm-hmm.
more challenging, more sadness, maybe also some grief or anger,
Hmm.
then they go with that emotion to a more depressive state.
Okay.
And in worst case also hopeless state,
Hmm.
and they have a feeling that life are happening to them.
But isn't life happening?
In a way it is, actually it is, but my question is, could you be co-creating with life?
Hmm.
How much did you co-create before the event, and how much can you be a co-creator at the present moment?
So, can I'm sorry. So, what you're saying, when what you want to invite here is actually that even though life is happening, because life is happening, we might take a little bit of control in what is happening and co-create.
It's more to take responsibility about how did you actually, how was your part what actually happened.
Okay.
Can you see that you also had your role in it?
Hmm.
It might be that like that, it might also be that you wasn't, but you have to really be true to yourself and honest to yourself about it. That's the
Hmm.
first step. How much was I part of it in the what
The initiation phase, or
exact.
okay.
And the second part, and maybe the most important part of it, how do I respond to it right now? Or am I totally, do I rely on my happiness
Explain that a little
for
bit more.
the circumstances?
Okay, for under the circumstances, if how much. So basically, what you're getting at is how dependent are am I on what happens in life in terms of the state I'm in.
And I can totally relate to that because I myself had that belief before. I thought that to be in flow, it has to be certain circumstances around me.
Mm.
The sun has to be shining like today. It has to be beautiful environment. I had to have slept beautiful. I have to have this and that for that state need to occur.
Mm.
At that moment, I didn't know that I actually can cultivate that state
Mm.
and I can enhance so that it becomes easier to be in that state regardless the circumstances. Of course, a sunny weather and a beautiful environment will contribute to it,
Mm.
but are not reliable on it.
You're not reliant on it. It doesn't have to be there for you to
No.
manifest it.
So I don't take control of the situations, but I can, through my tools, through the skills, through the muscles that I can actually cultivate, take control of my response to the situation.
Right. And it's not this positive thinking that, okay, the car just broke down and we do happy talking to one another and say that doesn't matter, because it does matter that the car just broke down.
Yes,
But,
and I want you and me to allow the anger, the grief, and also the sadness. But it doesn't have to, I don't have to get stuck in it. It's a little more like children, you know. They go through the emotions, but they can easily change and invite something new, and invite something new, and invite something new. So the emotion are just information that can help me to find my direction to the need or whatever it is that emotion actually are, the information behind it. So the problem is when I just see the emotion and just react to it, then I can be stuck in that state instead of allowing that to guide me.
so what we're really trying to get here at is that if, for example, it's a cheesy example that the car breaks down, but okay, it breaks down, and allow ourselves to get really, really sad or pissed because we need the car, and not trying to tell ourselves that this is earthly, we shouldn't care about it, but we do actually care about it, and allow ourselves to let these feelings out, but in a conscious way, so it doesn't rule our life, so it doesn't ruin the full day or the full week or the full month, because it's probably not worth it. But if we don't allow our feelings to come out, we're suppressing, and that will just build up an inner tension that could play out in a totally different situation.
So my point is, what if our inner environment actually are more important than the outer environment? And next question, do I know how I actually can cultivate and clean and take care of my inner environment or not? Do I have the tools to actually get to know those parts of me and how I can start to not just controlling, but actually get to know those systems within myself, be aware of them.
I think most people would agree that it would be awesome to cultivate the inner environment so the outer environment is not as powerful in affecting my inner states and my well-being and whether I'm in flow or not, or enjoying myself or not. So I think there's a lot of people that do that. And they sometimes turn to a book and they try to read that book, and that book tells them pretty much the same thing. What I feel with when I talk to people is they're almost, some are actually, I wouldn't say fed up, but they've heard that quite a few times, but they're lacking the tools. They don't know how to do it. So, well, if I'm not a yogi or some already that know all the tools, how do I get started?
You have one super skill and one super tool, and that is actually where you put your awareness. What do you focus on at this moment? And that you actually have that choice. That you are the one that decides where you put your focus. And it's not so easy in the beginning, but you do have that if you want to. But it takes a little bit of training to maybe go back to focus, because now, with all the distraction in our society, it's a really important skill to develop. And one way where you actually can train that is actually to focus and just notice where you can feel your breath as a movement in your body. It's so simple,
Yeah.
it's so available that most of you won't do it.
It's wonderful. I sometimes do clients and I go, try this tool for a week. And they go, no, 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 no. It's too banal. But yes.
But if
Yeah.
you do it, you will be amazed about the results that it will show you.
Yeah.
And it's so easy, it's free, it's always available.
Yeah.
But do you use it?
Right. We're on 11 minutes already, my friend. And
Perfect.
yeah, so we need to wrap up this talk on basically how to cultivate our inner states. It's much easier than we think, most people think. Um, so yeah, comment and share this video. And I think we're going back to this. Even if it's really simple from our point of view, it is. I totally respect and understand that it might seem complex.
It
So
is simple, but not always easy.
exactly, it's simple but not easy. Well put. And that with that comment, we'll say thanks for today and talk to you guys later. Ciao.